Hey guys, I just got punked out by the market this week. I'm going to go into the details on how I got punked, how I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to go over my AMC trade because I've been doing that every week, week in and week out. I'm collecting a paycheck. This week I got to collect 2 paychecks. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, right now what you're looking at is AMC on a weekly time frame, and you'll see that it broke this key level here. I am still looking at it as a triangle. Okay, so at this point, I'm not tremendously excited about this trade because it's still moving lower, but I'm in at 23.46. So just that alone is down pretty heavy, about a $500 loss. So that's pretty significant. This week alone, it was about, you can see this is a weekly chart, 2048 to 1785. So we're about down $3 this week. So let's now take a look at a daily time frame. And daily, you can see there's the week started and it went down. And then yesterday it popped all the way up to 20 and almost broke 20. But if you have seen any of my support and resistance training, when it gets into resistance, that's when it gets jacked, and it did. It hit resistance and got jacked to the downside. So what happened with the trade? Well, I sold the premium last week for $36, if you remember, right? I did the premium. Well, then it dropped really hard, and in the middle of the week, I was able to close it out for a full gain for about, I sold it for 36 and I bought it back for like $4. So that was pretty awesome. So then Wednesday, I sold it again for another 33 and I put my call right above 20, okay? And I was a little nervous. Let me take a look at why I was nervous is because I sold the call down here and then it started to go up and it touched 20. And I'm like, oh man, I'm going to have to get this called away from me. And if it would have been a losing trade. But I was watching this line and I was saying, if it holds this line, I'm going to stay in the trade. If it doesn't hold, I'm out. And so that's a great way to manage your risk. Use support and resistance. So it held the line, it dropped, and today I was able to get out for about 5 cents. And I created a spreadsheet that I'm going to show you guys how that worked. So here it was, 36, out for 5, 36, out for 5. So that's what I've collected. And my total premium so far since we started, it's January 21st, and I've collected $154 in premium. So that's pretty nice. Okay, I'm pretty excited about that. The stock hasn't performed well. And so with that, I've actually lost 216, but I haven't actually lost it because I'm still holding the stock. So all I need to do is collect another $216 in premium and it'll be profitable. Or I can just, if the stock goes up, it'll cover this loss and I'll be profitable. So far so good in that area. All right, so now with that being said, let's take a look at this week's options. We want to collect some more premium, right? So let's go to next Friday and see what we got. So next Friday, the 20 level is $71. That's very interesting because I just sold a 70 and it was only $36 in premium. And I'm not sure why, but that was pretty volatile, right? Maybe it's the volatility. If I do next week at 18, it's $1.40. So that's $140. So now this is where the planning comes in because I want to make sure that I don't lose money on the trade. If we look at the chart, it is pretty close to bouncing, and so I don't want it to go. So if I do a 20 and we do the strike calculator, which you can see here, that means I make $2,000. So I'd make $2,000 just closing the trade plus the 154. So it would be $2,000. I'd make $2,000, okay, on the close, right? So plus the 154. So we get 154, and that would be 2054. Now, if I add another credit in here of 60, let's just say I add another 70 cents, and we we'll just do the estimate calculation here. The profit is $219. So if I close it for $2,000, it would be $2,219. So that means that I paid $2,346. So that would be a no-go. Absolutely not. I cannot do it at 20 unless I make sure that I close it ahead of time like I did last time. So if I do it at 20, there's a lot of risk there because I have to close ahead of the game. So let's look at it on a daily. That level's pretty strong. We are at a support. So if it breaks above that, that's going to be a good sign for my stock, but I don't want to hold that trade. So what I'm going to do is look at some of the options, and let's give it a little bit more room. And we're going to go with the 21. We're going to go with the 21, give it a little more room. So instead, that's going to be right there. And so I'm going to watch this all week. If it starts to get above 21, if I get called away at 21, I'll be at 23.19, which is a lot closer to my original profit target. So I still don't want to let that turn into a loss because it'll be a loser and I'd waste a lot of time. Close it out. So in the meantime, let's just do the trade. We're going to sell it for 50 and place the order. Okay. So I just added $50 to my account. Bada boom, bada bing. So let's add that to the spreadsheet. And we did it for 0.5. And so we're estimating about $45 in premium. So that's where we're at right now. And it's nice because my total profit so far is $199, and we still have some time in the month, right? It's January 21st, so we still got another week to collect premium. And so next week I might even get another $50 and $250 a month. Not a bad side job, if you know what I'm saying. We're going to try to build that up. Remember, our goal is to make $5,000 a week in premium. So we got that. Now I want to show you how I got punked. I got punked hard. I got punked really hard. If you guys saw the SPY, I shorted on Friday with a put trade. Do you guys remember that? You can go back to the last video and remember. And I bought 449 puts. Okay, well, look at this daily chart. Yesterday, it went down to 450 right here, and then it turned around and went all the way up to 458. And I'm holding on to those puts, and I'm like, oh, it was so close, but the market is turning because it went to 450 and it turned, and then it just crashed. And so right up here is when I got out like a punk-a-lunk, right? So let's go to look at a 1 hour. It went right up here to 458. And I said, if it goes, I drew a line in the sand. I'm so mad at myself. I drew the line in the sand right here. I said, if it crosses above this, I'm out. And it did, and I closed it, and then it took off. If I would have just not even been at the charts, I should have been like going to lunch or something. I would have held on to that, and I would have made insane bank. Insane bank. Okay? So with that being said, I ended up taking a small loser. But that's so I can't get too mad at myself because I managed risk and I took a small loser. It could have been probably a $400 winner, but it was a small $30 to $40 loser. So I'm not too upset with that. Okay, but now we got to decide on the next trade. So the next trade could be a weekly break down to 427. So we're pretty strong, so I'm going to actually go ahead and do that. I'm going to sell this or buy a put. The other option is GLD. GLD I was looking at, and you can see on the daily it broke above this level, and I was really looking at buying, but now it's headed back into this range, so I'm holding off. So I'm going to go with the SPY on the trade. So let's do the SPY. And we're going to just sell another put. Let's see how much money, or buy a put. We're going to buy a put. 7 days out, and we're going to go to 428. And actually, it's really, really expensive right now. And that's way more than what I wanted to pay for a put. So the market is really thinking that, I mean, last week it was much cheaper because I bought last week's for like $1. And this week it is too expensive. So let's take a look at the chart because I can't pay for anything more than 428 because I just don't think the market's going to get there. This is the one that I bought. You guys remember that? I bought it. Let's do a weekly. I bought it right here. And so right now it's holding the line. And as long as it holds the line, I'm going to continue to hold this. It's a 1088 and we're testing the line. So next week, if it's below here, I'm going to close that out. All right. I only paid $65 for the call, but I'm not going to let it go to nothing. I'm going to collect my premium. So since I am not interested in buying puts right now, remember we're going to take our bonus cash and use it on trades. I'm just going to buy more AMC stock, which will cost average my trade. So I'm going to buy some AMC at 782. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm just going to add 22 shares here, or that's quantity, amount in dollar. Let's go to quantity. Let's do amount in dollars. $222. I'm going to buy AMC here, and I'm going to add to my position. So let's see what we got. I'm going to buy 12 more shares. All right, so now you see my 12 shares that I just purchased. And so what we want to do is add that to the total to the spreadsheet, right? So I just now have added shares here. I added 12 more, and we'll just get our average price. And so now my cost is more, but now I don't have to get quite as high to make my money because my average price is much better. I have another 12 shares at 1807, and I got my call here at 21, and I'll have to calculate that all in the spreadsheet and I'll let you know. But so far we have collected about $200 in premium in 3 weeks. Right now I'm on pace to hit about $300 a month in straight up premium revenue. And it's going to be growing every single month, and it's going to be exciting to see. All right, well, thanks a lot. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything else you want to see me do in a future video. Let me know. Again, thank you, and we'll see you guys in the next video.